And we have the next team coming up. Surprise, surprise. Akash, let's start with Henson's team. Royal Challengers Bangalore released Behrendorff, Gautam, Chama Milind, Sisodia, and Shane Rutherford, and have very small purse, 8 crores left, 8.75 crores. So looks like they retained the core, but what will they look to do with the 8.75 crores in the auction?
Well, if you look at it from a fan perspective, initially I was very disappointed that we will not be able to bid with this kind of a money in the upcoming auction. We will not be able to go for the likes of Stokes or a Karan or even Mayank Agarwal for that matter. Then, on the hindsight, when I thought about it, from a franchise perspective, whenever you go into a mega auction, you don't just think about one season. It's about the 3 seasons which you have with you. So, if you cannot release Faf Duplessis and you've spent 7 crores on him in the mega auction, it means you're trusting that he's going to be in your team for the next 3 years. So, if Faf Duplessis isn't going to go out of the 11, it means there is no foreign slot available for you. Faf, Maxwell, Hasaranga, and Hazelwood pick themselves. So there's no point of retaining enough money in here and going after the likes of Stokes or a Karan or somebody like that. The only spot which I believe they should be looking to target is the number 5 spot, which is vacant. Apart from that, I don't think you require huge money to go after anybody big. And my picks for those, that will be basically either Manish Pandey, somebody like a Manish Pandey, or an overseas all-rounder, perhaps like a low-key profile such as Sikandar Raza, or maybe Curtis Camphor or somebody like that. The surprise though for me was the release of Behrendorff. He was your ideal backup for Hazelwood, and giving it to Mumbai Indians at just 75 lakhs means you're solving Mumbai's problem. 75 lakhs, that wouldn't have hurt, losing out on yourself, but giving it to Mumbai means you're solving one of the problems for Mumbai Indians, which they shouldn't have done. They've done it in the past as well, and they've done the same mistake again. Apart from that, I think this is a pretty decent squad to go out the second season as well.
कुछ हलचल हुआ नहीं, मजा नहीं आया यार. कोई एक दो बड़ा प्लेयर रिलीज कर दे तो मजा आ जाता है यार. जैसे फाफ डुप्लेसी को रिलीज कर दे, थोड़ा ऑक्शन में 2-3 लोगों का भाव इन्फ्लेट हो जाता है. बट आई मीन टू आकाश's point, what the best player RCB had was Rajat Patidar, who wasn't even picked. That just goes to show that कि किसी को भी यहाँ से ले आओ, कोई यंग प्लेयर को चांस दे दो, तो किसकी किस्मत चमकेगी, कौन परफॉर्म करेगा, you'd never know. So I think they have very settled side. I think it'll be a big test. Just like how Chepauk would be a big advantage for Chennai. यहाँ वापस चेन्नई स्वामी में खेलना, जो हर्षल पटेल, हेजलवुड, जो पहले होता था कि स्कोर्स डिफेंड नहीं हो पाते थे. आई थिंक दैट विल बी ह्यूज टेस्ट. यहाँ हसरंगा का भी बहुत टेस्ट होगा, बिकॉज यूजी चहल वाज यूज्ड टू बॉलिंग इन चेन्नई स्वामी. बहुत ही अच्छा उनका रिकॉर्ड था. तो आई थिंक स्पिन डिपार्टमेंट में भी शाहबाज एंड Hasaranga, they will be tested. So I think काफी मजा आएगा देखने, but they've got not much in there. They might be able to buy Cameron Green if people burn their purses on Karan Stokes or someone else. So 8-9 crore में शायद अगर वो मिल गया तो not a bad deal.
इनके पास 8 करोड़ ही है. So if Cameron Green goes for 8 crores, then they'll basically sit out. So Vishak, any key players? Jason Holder probably is making the rounds as a name they'll look for.
I don't think so. Jason Holder, being an all-rounder, will at least go for 6 to 7 crores according to me. So I don't think we can't buy any high-profile players. I think we have to look for that. As Akash mentioned, we have to look for that number 5 spot. If we get a pace bowling all-rounder, it's good. But I don't see anybody available from the Indian circuit in that. So just try to fill it with a batter like Manish Pandey or somebody. Manish Pandey can offer you that. I know Manish Pandey is not an idealistic option, kind of, but he is still a good fielder. He's a gun fielder, so that way at least like it solves one of the problems. And like you have to pick among what is there in this kind of auction. You don't have a whole list of players in the mini auction, so when you have less options, like you have to pick the best out of it. So Manish Pandey looks the best out of that, like whatever we have.
Adi, do you think they'll go for any local players? Even Sunrisers have that problem that RCB do not have any local talent or not enough local talent in their squads.
That's been a challenge for a while for like both teams. The fact that they released some of the most promising local talents, like they released KL Rahul back in the day, or like Mayank also they let go. Like many options were there if they really wanted to stick with the local thing, but I don't think they would plan to do that. It's like who's the best fit for what we have. I think RCB, like for all the how do I say this, for all the brickbats from fans they get, they've been pretty consistent. I think last 3 seasons they made the playoffs. Okay, they've not won the trophy, that's fine, but at least they're consistent in reaching the playoffs, which a team would like, right? Like, because you want to reach the playoffs, that's the first goal, and after that you want to win the trophy. But at least they're reaching the playoffs. So what they have in place is all right. So no wholesale changes. That's why. So it's all good, but it all again depends on how they adapt to the ground in Chinnaswamy now, because last 3 seasons, all of them have not been at Chinnaswamy. Like 2020, it was all like UAE. 2021, half in India, half in UAE. 2022, not in Chinnaswamy, but in other Indian grounds, Mumbai and other places. So the pitches, the ground dimensions, everything has changed. So I don't know how effective their bowlers will be in Chinnaswamy, like your Hazelwoods, your Siraj, your Harshal, your Maxwell, like Maxwell and Hasaranga, right? So that will be the biggest challenge for them, like to ensure that they adapt to the, adapt to Chinnaswamy. Batting wise, it's fine. Like they're world class batsmen who will score anywhere and definitely will find it easier to score at Chinnaswamy. So their bowling adapting to the local ground is a big question mark. Like that will be the biggest risk for them, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I think
I was about to say that point, Suman. It is like Harshal Patel will be the biggest worry because his slower balls, because being the small ground in Chinnaswamy, even if you mistime it, it might go for 6. So he would be a big worry for us, like how he adapts, and like he cannot just bowl into the pitch. He might have to get those dipping slower balls back again. Otherwise, it'll be like how our bowlers adapt. I'm not worried about Hazelwood. Like I'm worried more about Hasaranga and Harshal Patel.
But well placed side, very small purse, so they'll look to pick up a couple of local talent players or somebody with a bargain picks who will give them that well-rounded. Okay, so that's RCB, which Adi mentioned rightly so that they've been doing pretty well consistently.